Hi everyone, my name is Igor and welcome to my Wix step-by-step tutorial. In this video I'm gonna show you the entire process of business website creation with a detailed explanation of my every action to make you able to create any website that you want. Also, I would like to say that if you're interested in creating an online shop using Wix, I have a separate tutorial for this topic that you can find by following the link in the description. Without many words, let's begin. First of all, you need to sign up for Wix. You can do that by following my link in the description of this video or by typing wix.com in the address bar. If you already have a Wix account, please feel free to use timestamps to jump to the next part of the video. After you enter the site, just click Get Started. Sign up with a Facebook or Google account or use your email. Here is the Wix dashboard where you can find all the sites you've created. To create a new one, click the corresponding button. At the next step you will be asked which editor you would like to use, Wix or Editor X. Since this is a Wix tutorial, choose the first option. By the way, I have an Editor X tutorial as well, so check it out if you're interested. I will leave the link in the description. Now you need to choose which kind of website you want to create. The thing is, Wix doesn't allow you to create a website from scratch. Instead, you need to choose among ready-made templates. That might be confusing for someone, but it's definitely good for the beginners. In this tutorial I'm going to create a website for a yoga studio, so I think I would be better off choosing the fitness option. You have two ways: use the Wix ADI to create a template based on your answers or use the editor. I recommend you choose the second one, because ADI creates quite simple and similar sites without individuality, and for some reason its editor has fewer features than a regular one. Now you need to pick a template that you like more. You can navigate between the templates categories on the left sidebar if you want. As for me, I think this one will suit me. After you choose the template, you will be taken to the editor dashboard. It may seem a little bit overwhelming at first sight, but don't worry, I'm going to explain to you how everything works here right now. Let's start from the top bar. First things first, you can navigate between pages by using this drop-down menu. Every template contains some typical pages with demo content by default. You can manage pages by clicking Manage Pages here or by selecting the Pages item in the left sidebar. This is the same action. To add a new page, click the appropriate button. Let's call it About Us. To transform any page into a subpage, simply drag and drop it below the existing one. If you want to copy, duplicate, delete or rename a page, click on the three dots icon next to it and choose the option you want. Now let's look at the page settings. You can assign it as a home page, turn off the header and footers display, set the permissions on it, change SEO parameters and social media appearance. That's it for the pages, let's move on. Here you can switch between the PC and mobile versions of your site. Nowadays, about 70% of traffic comes from mobile devices, so it's very important that the mobile version is displayed correctly. By the way, do you see these grid lines? The width of the page inside them is fixed at 980 pixels. The height depends on the content of your site. It's important to place all of your site's content inside the vertical grid lines to ensure its compatibility across different browsers, dimensions and devices. Elements that are placed outside the vertical grid lines will be cut off on tablets and smaller screens. Of course, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't place full-width elements on your site. Just make sure that your important content, such as text, is still placed inside the vertical grid lines. Another crucial thing that I would like to mention on the top bar for now is the Save button. Autosave is turned on by default in Wix, but it doesn't always work well, so it's better to save changes manually. You can find the Save button in the upper right corner. Next to the Save button you can find the Undo and Redo buttons. Feel free to use them while editing your site. By the way, the default hotkeys also work well. And the last thing we need to do here is to turn on the Layers panel. On this panel you can see all of the elements that you have on the page and easily navigate between them. To enable it, click Tools and check the Layers box. Okay, we have nothing to do with the top bar right now, so let's move on to editing the menu. As you can see, I have an ordinary horizontal menu. It will be great to add some new items, won't it? To do that, click the Manage Menu button. Here we can add, remove, rename and reorder its items as well as change their links. To add a new link, click on the corresponding button. That might be a link to an external website, anchor to any place on the page, some document download link and so on. Let's try to add a link to the new page that we recently created. If you want to add a link to one of your website's page, there is another button for that. Here you can pick the pages that you want to be shown on the menu. Now let's try to add an anchor link. First of all, for those who have never heard of this type of link, I would like to explain what it is and what it's used for. Unlike a regular one, an anchor link takes user not to another page, but to a specific point on the same page. That can be very useful, for example, on a long landing page or something. Okay, now let's try to add a new anchor. First of all, you have to mark the section that the users will be taken to when they click on the anchor. To do that, click on the plus button, which is located on the left sidebar. Go to the menu tab and choose the anchors item. Drag this item to any section on your page that you want to mark as an anchor and don't forget to name it. Return to the menu manager, add your new anchor and press done. The anchor has appeared on the menu, so you can go to the preview mode and click on it to make sure that everything is correct. Of course, you don't have to add a link to every new anchor to the menu, you can place them wherever you want. I did that only for example. Okay, now, when we figured out with the essential things, I think we're ready to move on to editing the template. I suggest starting with the header. This section is usually consistent across all pages of a website and contains elements such as logo, site navigation, contact information and so on. This template's header consists of one stripe and two columns, so it can be complicated or even impossible to edit it without the layers panel. For example, now I can select only the first or second column, but cannot select the entire header. That's because the Wix editor doesn't realize which exact element I want to choose. But if I go to the layers panel, I will be able to select the header without any problems. That's why it's very important to turn on its display, not to mention the fact that it's just more convenient. Let's take a look at what settings the header has. Firstly, on the design tab you can set its color or even make it transparent. Right now my site's header has a white background and that suits me. And secondly, on the settings tab you can change its behavior when users scroll the page. My header fades out while scrolling by default, which suits me too, but if you want, for example, to make it sticky, just select the freeze option. Let's move on to the logo now. You can see that the default logo consists of some vector art and the text. You can replace the image or text with your own as well as delete them at all. By the way, Wix has a huge database of ready-made vector graphics, so if you don't have your own logo right now, you can choose one among them. To change the size of the logo as well as any element on the page, just pull its edges. Also, you can drag it wherever you want. As for me, I'm going to delete the image because I prefer text logos. To delete any element on the page, select it, press the Del button on your keyboard or click the right mouse button and find the appropriate item in the drop-down menu. To edit the text, double-click on it with the left mouse button. Let's align it a bit. Looks good, but don't forget that this is only the PC version. We have to make sure that our logo looks acceptable on mobile devices too. To check it, switch the version. As expected, there are small problems, but they are quite easy to solve. Just change the size of the logo and its placement until you decide it looks good. Okay, let's move on to editing the appearance of the menu. Right-click on it and select the design item. You can find several presets here, but if none of them suit you, you can also click the Customize Design button. I will just increase the font size a little. Also, I don't need the login panel, so I will remove it. Let's move on and customize the content of the homepage. First of all, I would like to change the first section. I don't need that social bar here, so I will remove it. Also, I will leave just one column instead of two. Move this container to the left side. And of course, I want to change the background of this container on something more suitable. To do that, select the block and click Change Strip Background. You can replace it with another image, color, or even a video. Wix provides a lot of free and high quality images, so you don't even need to search for them anywhere else. I have a nice image prepared in advance, so I will upload it. You can also change image opacity and some other settings. Now I'm going to change the text inside the container. To do that, just click on it twice and write whatever you want. Also, I will change the color and size of the text. Let's move these blocks a bit and reduce the size of the container. I also want to add one more heading here. I already have one button here that allows you to book a session, but I would like to add another one that can be clicked to view the schedule. To do that, click plus and select the button item. As you can see, there are a lot of buttons for every taste. In addition, here you can find specific buttons, for example, like PayPal. I'm going to change the style of both buttons a bit. Also, we should add a link for the second one. I will link it to the random page, because I don't have a specific page with the schedule right now. By the way, if you want to create a copy of the element, you can just copy and paste it. Don't forget to look at how the new blog looks on the site's mobile version. I definitely have to make some improvements here. As you can see, our image doesn't fit here, so I suggest to hide it. A few more changes. Okay, now how about to add a grid with our programs? There is a special category for this purpose called Lists and Grids. I will select this one and change it as I need. Let's delete the default blocks to make room for new ones. I'll start with the pictures. Then comes titles and descriptions. Link these buttons to the required pages or sections. Add some pretty headings. Check the display of the blog on the mobile version. And voila, all is ready. Let's move on to another blog called About Us, which you can find on almost any site. Go to the appropriate tab and find a template that suits you. Change the image and text and don't forget to link the button. Now let's introduce visitors to our team, so they can make sure that we are the best in town. Of course, Wix has corresponding pre-made blocks for this purpose, but I would like to use another one. I like this block because it changes when you point the cursor over it. Also, I think it would be great to add a video to our site, because it's a great way to engage the visitors and tell the story behind our studio. To do so, go to the Video and Music tab and choose the required option. You can upload your video right into Wix or edit from such services as YouTube, Facebook, Vimeo and so on. And of course, how can we do without a gallery? Wix has a lot of beautiful galleries with different layouts for every taste. You can find them all on the appropriate tab. Let's add one. Once you've added some media to your gallery, you can focus on customizing the layout. There is a wide variety of different layouts options to choose from. Also, you can change the design of overlay, icons and items. Besides, if you don't want to upload images, you can simply empty the Instagram feed. To do that, you need to log into your Instagram account. By the way, the Instagram feed has the same layout settings as the regular gallery, so you can change it however you want. If we want visitors to come to us, then we need to indicate our address and show how to find the studio. What could be better for this purpose than Google Maps? So let's add it. To do that, go to the Contacts and Forms tab and choose the Maps item. Select the style that suits you, and as for me, I would like this one. You can add one or multiple addresses to your map, choose which tools appear on it, change the default zoom and so on. Another one crucial thing for every business is a chat box. It's incredibly important to provide your visitors the ability to communicate with you in live mode. Wix has its own default chat box, but if you don't like it, you may empty a code of a different live chat service. I will show you how to do that a bit later, but for now, let's try to add a Wix chat. To do so, return to the Contacts and Forums tab and choose the corresponding item. With Wix Chat, you can let visitors contact you whenever you are online, or even initiate a chat with visitors who are browsing your site. You can set your chat status from Wix Inbox in your site's dashboard or from the mobile app. If you want to display visual content from external websites, like a chat box, weather or stock widget, calendar, Facebook group or something else, you can do so by using embeds. To do that, go to the Embeds tab and choose HTML iframe. Press Enter the code button and paste the code that you want. By the way, make sure that your code contains HTTPS, not HTTP, or it will not be displayed on your live site. You may have avoided using pop-ups on your site so far due to their poor reputation. However, pop-ups are actually an excellent way to boost conversions, as long as they don't negatively impact your user's experience. Wix also allows you to add pop-ups out of the box. You can find them on the Interactive tab. That might be a subscription form, promotion box, welcome message, and so on. Let's try to add one. After we've added all the necessary blocks to the page, it's time to talk about a footer. The footer appears across the bottom of your site throughout all of your pages. It usually contains your contact and copyright information, social media icons, and so on. You can edit it in the same way as the header. Also, because the footer ends the page, you can adjust the page height by moving it. Okay, that's all what I wanted to tell you about the page editing. I sincerely hope that you now clearly understand how to add and customize blocks and can create the remaining pages yourself. Also, in this tutorial I can't help mentioning the Wix App Market. If you need even more features than Wix provide out of the box, you should definitely take a look at it. To access the market, click the Apps button on the left sidebar. Here you can find dozens of excellent third-party apps that offer great added value, from different useful marketing tools to exciting bells and whistles. To install any app that you want, just click the Add button. Okay, let's move on to publishing the site. Once you decide your site is ready to be launched, just click Publish in the upper right corner of the screen. Now you can share the link on it with all your friends, acquaintances and clients. But there are a couple more things I would like to mention. First of all, this Wix advertisement string. It will appear on every page of your site until you upgrade to a paid plan. And that's the Wix main disadvantage. But, considering the fact that Wix provides one of the most powerful and useful editors on the market, and paid plans don't cost a fortune, I think that's totally acceptable. And the second thing that I would like to mention is the domain name. As you've already realized, on the free Wix plan you will be able to use only Wix subdomain, which looks like that. For sure, it's not acceptable for a serious business. A customized domain is essential to enhance your website's reliability in the eyes of visitors and makes it clear that you are a professional. Moreover, a custom domain has a huge impact on your site's SEO, helping you rank higher in search engine results and getting free organic traffic from that source. So, how can you get it and connect to your Wix website? Go to the Wix dashboard, select your site, go to the settings and choose the domains item from the drop-down menu. Firstly, you can purchase a domain name directly from Wix. Secondly, if you want to purchase a domain name from another registered company, or you already have one, you can easily connect it to your Wix site as well. I would like to recommend you the first option, because Wix provides you a custom domain name for free when you purchase a yearly plan. Especially considering the fact that in order to connect a domain from another registrant, you have to purchase a paid plan anyway. But of course, I will show you the second way as well. Return to the Domains tab and choose the second option. Click Transfer your domain, read some useful advice, and press the Start Transfer button. Unfortunately, I don't have a free domain right now to show you the entire transfer process, but it's straightforward and step by step, so you most likely won't have any problems. Anyway, when your site is published, it's time to do some SEO. It might be overwhelming, especially for the beginners in website building and online marketing. Fortunately, Wix has SEO Wiz, a step-by-step plan designed to improve your site's SEO. It shows you how to boost your online presence by outlining weak points on your site while providing helpful tips for improvement. To use SEO Wiz, return to the main dashboard, point the cursor over the Marketing and SEO tab, and choose Get Found on Google in the drop-down menu. After answering 3 simple questions, the Wiz analyzes your website and automatically issues a personalized SEO plan with simple steps to improve your ranking. This step-by-step plan covers the best and most common SEO practices, from writing the optimal meta tags for pages to filling in your image's alt text. To summarize, Wix SEO Wiz allows you to achieve acceptable results in search engine optimization in a short time without any experience, so you definitely should try it. After you're done with SEO, there is one more important thing that you need to take care of, and that's a favicon. It's a small icon that you can see on your browser tab. It's crucial to have it, because it helps to personalize your site and highlight it among others. Wix sites automatically include a standard default favicon, but you can customize it by upgrading to a premium plan and connecting your site to a custom domain. To change a favicon, open the Settings tab on the site's dashboard and choose the appropriate item. As you can see, on this tab you can also add your business information such as phone number, address, location, and so on. It's important if you plan to sell something on your site, because this info appears at the top of your invoices. Besides, here you can also change regional settings and currency. And the last but not least thing that I would like to mention in this tutorial is analytics. Tracking code allows you to monitor your site's performance by seeing how your visitors interact with your site, giving you insight into their online behavior and helping you to optimize your online marketing strategies. On the Tracking and Analytics tab, you can easily add tools like Google Analytics and Facebook Pixels to your website's code. But to start adding these tools, you have to upgrade your plan and connect a domain first. Also, don't forget that your site must be published in order to use analytics, because without visitors it doesn't make sense. That's it for today, guys. I hope this tutorial was useful for you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments. I'll try to answer all of them. And if you want to get more tutorials like that, consider subscribing to my channel. Have a nice day and see you the next time. Bye!